Alright, guys, we return to part two of the first case that we were doing, which is the starter case. So, 22nd November, 11:38 a.m., Supreme Court Judicature, defendant's antechamber 5. Excellent work, Ryan Nosuke. That was superb. My heart was in my mouth the entire time. It was almost unbelievable. I mean, looking at you in there, you were drenched in sweat, your eyes popping, your knees knocking, and you were grinding your teeth. It was a grim sight, but before I knew it, you started finding inconsistencies in the testimonies. I think you might have a natural talent for being a lawyer. Forget it. It's terrifying. If I get through this, I don't ever want to see the inside of a courtroom again. Anyways, it looks like we've exposed your Phantom Lady at last. Ms. Giselle Brett, a student from Great Britain. Is she? That's what I was trying to tell everyone from the start. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone. There was a young woman, like I was saying all along. Yes, you have, haven't you? I might not be overly confident in the courtroom, but my powers of observation are one thing I am sure of. So about this young gentlewoman, thanks to our detective friend, she was hastily escorted away from the scene, it seems. Did you see what happened with that? No. I didn't see any of it. I was just on my way out of the restaurant myself. Then, on the floor next to Dr. Wilson's table, I noticed there was a gun lying on the floor. And just after I bent down and picked it up, bang! I didn't have time to think about where the sound of the gunshot came from. The waiter ran over to me, looking as white as a sheet, and he bundled me into some sort of small pantry next to the kitchen. Interesting. Sorry about that, guys. I had to let my Discord know I was live. Maybe one more second. And there you are. Well done, both of you. Professor Mikotoba. Well, it seems I was right. The pair of you make an outstanding team. You exceeded my expectations, I have to say. Yes, it seems you planned this from the start, didn't you? Our modern country is still in its infancy. Our justice system, even more so. Which is why I firmly believe that we need to send our brightest young stars overseas to learn all they can. I wanted to avoid a situation that may result in your study toward the Great Britain being cancelled. Well, it makes no difference. Lawyer or otherwise, if I'm the kind of man who can't help his best friend avert the worst crisis of his life, then I don't deserve to be a lawyer. Oh, I shouldn't waste everyone's time by going to study overseas anyway. What? What are you saying, Kazuma? So that's your stance. I was afraid you'd feel that way. Cosma! Well then, it looks like it all comes down to you, young man. To... to me? Yes. You need to prove your innocence, and uncover what really took place at the restaurant. I must say, I very much want to know the truth. After all, I have a personal connection to this case. I think, if I recall right, he was actually friends with the good teacher guy who died, so I think that's his connection to this. If you don't mind me asking, Professor, did you know the victim? Oh, there it is. I didn't have to say anything. Yes, I did. As you're probably aware, Dr. John H. Wilson was a visiting professor at UMA, and it was I who invited him. Oh, I see. I didn't know that before. Anyway, you're about to go into battle. The victim was a university professor from Great Britain, and a well-known one at that. Naturally, our government is looking to identify and punish the culprit as quickly as possible. But let's not forget who we're going up against. The gentlewoman whose involvement our police bureau went to extraordinary I can't speak. Fuck. Went to extraordinary lengths to hide. Yes. And I'm sure the prosecution will be using every tool at their disposal to squash your case. But I've no doubt that you pair will put up a good fight right to the last. Best of luck. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. I'm trying to eat right now while doing this. I haven't eaten anything all day and your boy is starving. Alright. Thank you. Now then. I need you to run an errand at the university at once. There's something I think we may need. Of course. Good luck, Kazuma-sama. Defendant Naruhodo! Court recess is over. Please make your way back inside the courtroom at once. It's time. Let's get back to it, partner. Let's go in there and deal a decisive blow before these old fossils know what hit them. Kazuma? What? Thank you. Really? What for? Well, if you hadn't said you believed me, then I'm fairly sure I'd already have been found guilty by now. Look, I have faith in you. As a lawyer, and as a friend. Coming from you, that means a lot. If I'm found guilty in this trial, he's really going to give him on his dream of studying abroad. That's the kind of true friend he is. So this isn't just my battle anymore. Whoever we're up against, we absolutely cannot afford to lose. Alright then. I'll save the thank yous for after the trial. You can treat me to one of those sukiyaki meals I've like from UA Cafeteria on University Street. With an extra large portion, of course. Alright, November 1209, Supreme Court Judicature, Court number 2. The court hereby resumes the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Prosecutor Achi, have you managed to subpoena the witness? Yes, Your Excellency, against all odds. And thanks to a certain young stripling, the prosecution is now under rather painful scrutiny from the government. Uh, sorry? Let the government scrutinize. That's their job. That's nothing to worry about. It's highly unlikely the good relations we forged with Great Britain will emerge from this trial unscathed. Will you still think it's nothing to worry about when the new treaty breaks down our nation founders? Again, terribly sorry. If the friendship between our nations is really so fragile, the treaty isn't worth the paper it's written on. Talk to him, Cosmo! Damn! You really have nothing to worry about, Ryunosuke. What do you mean? A secret trial, anxiety over some foreign government's opinions, a bungled investigation, missing witnesses. Is this where the nation's justice system is? Is that the Supreme Court of Japan or of England? Shut up! Shut up, you jumped up rookie boy! You and your friend know nothing of the situation our nation finds itself in. By aligning ourselves with the great world power, we'll become strong. Diplomacy has never been more critical. Steady political maneuvering is what will secure our futures. I won't deny that I'm no expert. I'm just a student. And one who could arguably study harder too. But standing here now in our Supreme Court, there's one thing I feel very strongly. A country that fails to uphold the truth in its justice system is a country with no future at all. Bam! Talk to him! Well said, Ryunosuke, despite the wide-eyed look of terror. You little brats! Thank you, Counsel. This court is the pinnacle of our nation's justice system and exists solely for the pursuance of truth. With that in mind, this trial will now resume with the next witness taking the stand. The visiting student from Great Britain, Miss Giselle Brett. Yes. Your Excellency! Talk to him. Well, what a delight it is to welcome such a fine gentlewoman to Japan, and from such a distant land. Tea! Someone bring some English tea! In England, no discussions take place without tea! Is that true? No idea. So, could we possibly trouble you to state your name and occupation for the court? Of course. Not you. Yes, we all know. We know about you, all right. Thank you. Is that true? No idea. More importantly, a little earlier today, you said something to me. You said your powers of observation are one thing you're sure of. Oh, yes. I think I did, didn't I? Your description for this amazing sight was simply a woman. Sorry, Ryunosuke, but powers of observation aside, your powers of description are sorely lacking. Guilty. So, dear lady, once again, if we may trouble you for your name and occupation, please. What in the world? Yeah, I think everyone's confused. What the fuck did you just say? What did you say about my mama? Better not be talking about my mama. No, sir. Yep, everybody's confused. Nobody knows what's happening.
I'm terribly sorry, dear lady, but what?
Wait, what language is he speaking, though? Like, I know this game is taking place in Japan, but, like, what? I am lost, big dog. Wow. The lady says her name. Hold on. Sorry, guys. The lady says her name is Giselle Brett. She comes from London, England. She's a visiting research student, currently enrolled in UMA University's medical facility, or faculty. Oh my, what a rare treat.
Oh my, what a rare treat to hear the dulcet tones of a delightful language of the British people.
This, his nose should be brown. What do you think, guys? Nose should be brown? I don't think it's dark enough.
I'm afraid I don't understand a word you said, but it was as beautiful as a hummingbird's song.
As far as I can tell, the detective is translating her words faithfully enough. Yes, I agree. You obviously do fine in England, Cosma. Her English doesn't rowdy you at all, does it? Nor are you. You could have been paying attention in your English classes, right, Nosuke? The court thanks the beautiful lady for taking the stand. Now, if we may trouble you to confirm something, Miss Brett. 3 days ago, at a restaurant called La Carnival, a grand murder took place. The court has been led to believe that you were dining there with the victim, Dr. Wilson, at the time. Is that correct? She says yes. I mean, at least we have an active translator. Give me 1 second, guys. Back up, Mr. Cat. This could take some time. So, even though she's studying here in Japan, she can't speak Japanese? Nah, she knows what he said. She knows what he just said. There's no way. She'd like to apologize for disappearing from the scene. She says that she was due to make a presentation at universities, so she had to leave immediately. Interesting. When you're the one who engineered her escape. I was just following special orders from the Bureau.
Well now, dear lady, would you be so kind as to cast your eyes over this photograph print? Seeing as you were, so unfortunately, present at the scene of the crime, could it be that your resplendent eyes caught sight of the wicked perpetrator, perhaps?
I don't know, man. I don't think she should have any clue what the fuck we're saying, right? Apparently it was a very frightening and sorrowful sight. Do you mean to say? Yes, it would appear the lady did witness the crime. Shot the victim in cold blood. Wow, that's crazy.
Did you hear that, Your Excellency? Here we have an absolutely conclusive witness statement.
Well, it looks like it's clear now. Clear who's our real enemy is. My man, he knows. What a goat. Unfortunately, I will have to ask you to formally testify, if you please. Kindly tell the court the exact nature of this frightening and sorrowful sight you described. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. Let me change the music. Not fitting with the vibe of this. Alright, that should be a little better. I had arranged to meet for a slightly late lunch with Dr. Wilson that day. The professor was unable to eat, so I ordered for myself only. A beef steak. After a while, the accused came over to greet the professor and they got into a fierce argument, which we know that's bullshit. Then, not long afterwards, the accused took the professor's gun and shot him right before my eyes. I don't carry a gun myself, so obviously I couldn't have been the culprit. Oh, the cap. The cap. Ain't no way. No way. I didn't have any kind of argument with the professor at all.
Quiet, you filthy wretch. Look at you, you black-hearted blackguard. And look at this Snow White angel. I'm sure even a dark-minded scoundrel like you could imagine the words the court is going to believe.
You're still making the same mistakes, right, Inosuke? You mustn't blurt out when you're goaded like that. That's a lesson you need to learn. But he's so annoying. I took statements from this lady and the 2 witnesses who testified before, but 2 witnesses were known bullshitters. How can you make that decision, though? It was decided that Miss Brett was not involved, so I let her go. The testimonies of the last 2 witnesses were completely worthless, however. See? Well, even so, on the day in question, the lady was wearing the same outfit as she is today. She can hide it in her giant fucking dress. What do you mean? That thing is huge. Or under her stupid fucking hat. Or under the goose. Hey, my man, he knows.
Unless and until the precise location where the witness is to have hidden the weapon can be shown, this is mute.
There are no pockets in my outfit. I have nowhere to hide a gun. Those are the witness's own words on the matter. That's ridiculous. If only I was allowed to lift up her dress. Whoa. Ta. Don't think about doing anything rash. Right, that's gay. But I didn't fire the gun I picked up. There must have been another gun there that day. You're right about that. Which means this lady was hiding a gun somewhere. Yes. That's what we have to prove now. And to do so, we will need to pull her testimony apart. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Oh, yes, Your Excellency. professor was unable to... Here, we're actually going to go back here. We're going to press on all the statements. Please don't get angry with me. No, it wasn't a directed number toward you. It was meant to the lady next to you. But anyway, as I said, I did not argue with the professor. I'm afraid your words are in vain. Sorry? Ms. Brett does not appear to speak Japanese.
No, of course not. Japanese is such a cumbersome...
You brown-nosing piece of shit. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. Like, bro, imagine saying your own language, your own national language that you speak is trash. And annoying to speak. That's crazy. Wow. Okay.
English is the future. We must all subiku igorishu.
Speak English well. I wonder if the prosecution will feel that way forever or only in the presence of a beautiful woman. Hey, back up, Mr. Cat. Well, that beautiful woman is telling blatant lies with a completely straight face. I have to find something that will unravel her testimony, no matter how seemingly insignificant it may be. Anyways, it seems after the argument, the accused briefly returned to his own seat. Yes, I still had some coffee to drink. Wait, she can't speak Japanese, so how does she know it was an argument? What? And the next time you got up after that was when I finished my coffee and stood up to leave. Lying sack of shit. Then, not long afterwards, the accused took the professor's gun and shot him right before my eyes. And like I said, there's no point repeating that assertion over and over. Thank you! Defendant, you can't deny that when the shot rang out in the restaurant, you had a gun in your hand. Well, yes, that's true. But all I did was pick the gun up I saw on the floor next to the professor as I was leaving the restaurant. In fact, yes, there was someone much closer to the victim than me at the time. The highly suspicious lady in blue.
That will do, you dirty, rotten scoundrel.
Dirty?
Your baseless accusations could very well cause an international incident, boy.
It seems to me that your accusation is just as baseless as ours.
Tis, what nonsense.
Oh my god, the shit-eating grin too? I can't take it. Oh, I hate her. I hate this lady. And this is already an international incident as far as I'm concerned. Anyway. I don't carry my gun in myself, so obviously I couldn't have been the culprit. It's all very well saying that, but can you prove it? Absolutely. I verified it personally. You verified it? Yes. I immediately, after the incident, I checked to make sure the lady was not carrying any weapon. I think I remember saying, I'm not. Really? That's it? Surely you carried out a physical search, Inspector. No. Why on earth not?
The honorable English gentlewoman clearly said she did not